Welcome to Bat Signals from the Multiverse, a Facebook and YouTube live podcast shining a light across Gotham, Marvel, and the infinite chaos of comics, movies, and pop culture. Each week we fire up the signal and talk comic reviews, movie breakdowns, passionate debates, ridiculous games, and the occasional crossover that no one asked for, but you're going to get it anyway. And if you miss us live, you can catch us on the show later on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your audio fix. I'm your host, the self-proclaimed Emperor of Awesome, Bradley Butin, and I can't do this without my tag team partner. Yes, the unverified twin of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in the eyebrows. The unverified twin of Dave Batista in the head wrinkles. The unverified twin of Carl Weathers in the mustache.
The flavor, savor.
And Tony Todd in the right earlobe. And that one doesn't want to play. And yes, of course, Shamar Moore in the nibbles.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And my name is Brian S. Dennis. With this week, the S stands for X marks the spot. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Where every week I'll attempt to rub my hands like Birdman. All right, Bradley.
Yes.
Welcome back, man. Let's do the damn thing, sir.
That's right. We are the reigning podcast tag team champions of the multiverse.
Yes,
and
sir.
tonight, what are we talking about?
We're going to talk about what are the best treasure hunting movies. So we are just past St. Patrick's Day. Everybody finds their pot of gold or the pot of something. But we're going to talk about what are some of our favorite treasure hunting movies and see kind of even the spin on what might be the treasure that people are hunting for.
I got one of those, got a couple of those actually too.
As do I. My son and I worked on my list together. He threw out a couple that might make my list. We discussed this, that I go, you know what? I think that would count. So I got to give the flowers to some of the suggestions here, my friend.
Nice. All right, man. So we got several signals of the week. Brian, you want to go first or you want me to go?
I'll go first. I'll just talk about some of the things I've been streaming, watching the shows, doing a thing. So first off is right before the pod, I actually got to catch up on the movie Mercy, and I know you watched it when it was in the theater.
Yeah.
It was not what I thought it would be, and it wound up being, I think, better by not being what I thought it would be, as it really looked at, and I think you said this when you saw it, so it kind of informed me a little bit of really a critique on what is AI, artificial intelligence. So that by itself was really interesting. I think Chris Pratt did a really good job. Is it Oscar winning? No. But was a really cool spin on this, and it gave us again kind of the sci-fi turn without being full of a whole bunch of booms. It was kind of what I thought. That it sort of struck me when I saw the trailers that would have a bit of a Minority Report feel to it, which it did. And I think that's a good thing. Also, I love God, I forget her last name is Ferguson. I'm going to forget her first name. Rebecca, thank you. So she famously played, in my opinion, my favorite role she played in was playing Robin the Hat in Dr. Sleep. She's fantastic in this. By the way, if all AI looked like this, I'd be okay with them being our overlord.
Right.
But I think Chris Pratt did a great job. Now, again, without getting too much into it, the ending was, in my head, predictable given who they cast. And this is the thing, again, especially when you watch movies as much as you and I have, when you see a fairly big name person cast in a role that, like, there's not much in the movie, you know they're going to have something to do with it in the end, right? So, like, by the way, all I can say is, this is us. Okay, or Taserface, and you can take it from there. All right, with that, though, the other things I've been streaming from shows, Caught Up on High Potential is really, I got to get back in the World Trend. That's one of my favorites. I'm a little back on that. The Pit is fantastic. Brad, if you're not watching The Pit is increasingly timely. This week's episode focused a lot on ICE. Not Vanilla Ice, not Ice Baby, but the custom enforcement people, interested in custom enforcement. It's a highly politicized episode, but I think it's
Yeah.
important to watch it. And I actually, have you finished the Madison? You and I were texting a bit about this. Did you finish it?
I got one episode left.
Okay.
And that's what I kind of spent my afternoon doing after we got all of our errands ran, was catching up on the Madison. My goal is to get High Potential and High Potential's back, and then the Madison finished tonight.
Yeah.
And then I got to get Pitt watched. So those are the 3 shows I got to watch. Yet,
if Michelle Pfeiffer doesn't get some type of Emmy nomination,
the whole cast.
The whole cast. Also, the actress, and I had it pulled her earlier. I want to give credit for people and the roles that plays. So, number one, let's just pause here for a second with it. So, you and I both are huge fans of Taylor Sheridan.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to The Godfather, the movies we love, that's definitely Samuel Jackson, the Elf Dancer. But when it comes to the television series, it's really Paradise and anything and everything done by Taylor Sheridan, right? So, this is fantastic. He has yet to miss. I think we shared this the last recording. I personally have all of his shows that he's done. My least favorite, well, I guess Marshall might be there as well.
Yeah,
would be Yellowstone, because I think Yellowstone kind of ran its course and kept going. But you know, Bass Reeves, Lioness, the Yellowstone prequels, and of course Landman. Tulsa King, all of them, and then the Madison is such a departure from what you really expect, but he does it so well. I mean, for a show that's really executive produced and partially written by this big burly Texan, I feel from the man view, it has a lot of sensitivity with that, and I want to make sure I got her correct.
I have the IMDb pulled up. So which person?
As do I. So it is Abigail. So Bo Garrett, who plays the oldest daughter.
She looks so much like Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yes, I thought they had to like this. Does she have a kid that's playing her? But she's done so well. Obviously, we got Patrick J. Adams, who you and I both know from
good. Suits.
From Suits, done so well. Just the entirety of it. Matthew Fox. Hey, sometimes it's not always about a party of five, it's a party of two. But that's done really, really well. And by the way, I so want to be a Montana sheriff deputy, because he made that role look so cool,
right?
And this is what. Then I'll hush on this one. The last one is what I like about Taylor Sheridan, and this is Brian Dennis's opinion. We live in a world where so many times the guy, the man, the male is just the biggest. Let's blow things up, Billy Badass. That idea of masculinity, where we hear sometimes those metrics viewed as toxic. I actually, again, definitely from a guy point of view, sometimes like, is it not? He writes very guyish guys, but also shows that you can lead with your masculinity, but not be a complete asshole, and shows that there is some complexity in being a male, being masculine, being a guy. And he does that, I think, really good with Billy Bob's character in Landman. Well, with Landman, Billy Bob's character, his father, his sons, those 3 generations in Landman, and then and again, his band, that's his name, Van, the sheriff's deputy in the Madison. Again, this show, and as well as the others, Rip, all throughout his thing. But I guess I want to give Taylor Sheridan, thank you for giving us male characters who also have a lot of complexity, not just one-note characters. Really cool with that. But the Madison is one of those shows that it got better, and I mean this as a not that the first episode stunk, it didn't, but the first episode until they get to the thing, I was like, okay, it's a bit of a melodrama. I don't know if I'm down with this. And then every episode from that point, it got better. Yeah, it got better, and I really loved it. So I'll let you talk about it for a second.
Man, I think that this group, this is probably, I might get a little trouble for saying this, but like this is probably one of the greatest female-led ensembles
100%
that has ever had a TV show.
The granddaughter
who's ever
Michelle
been like
Pfeiffer, from the granddaughter who I'm gonna look at the actress, but she can't be 10 years old. I'd be shocked.
Yeah, man, the
Michelle
episode
Pfeiffer.
and those two when they were doing the fishing and stuff like,
Yes.
and like everybody is believable. You believe in those characters. You could believe that the sisters are sisters. You believe that Michelle Pfeiffer's their mother. You can believe that Kurt Russell's their father. I mean, like you can believe it all. And like for a show that doesn't have the action, the booms and the blow-ups and stuff like that,
not as
and
much
it's
of the
very,
foul
very
language.
grounded,
Taylor
literally.
is known for a lot of spicy script. Don't get me wrong, this has some grown-up language. You got a bunch of grown-ups who've gone through something, not to spoil it, but for something that you're going to use some four-letter words here and there, but it is very reserved compared to a lot of Taylor Sheridan shows, and I think that makes it better. By the way, since you've not gotten to episode 6, Will Arnett, who plays the
therapist,
he's even more in the 6th and final episode of the season. Will Arnett, who we know from like Blaze of Glory, right? Was married to Amy Poehler. I think they're divorced now. Who's a comedic actor? He does such
and the voice of Batman.
Yeah, right. I forgot he's Lego Batman.
And
he's Lego Batman. By the way, best pass, whatever. What's after the Batman's cave? Iron Man sucks. Yeah. Oh my God, he does such an incredible and brings a little humor to a heavy show, but it doesn't take away from the head. The casting doesn't miss. Kurt Russell, Matthew Fox. I mean, just on and on and on. So Taylor Sheridan, seriously, my friend, anything that has his name attached to it, like he could remake Showgirls, and I'm like, yes, let's do this. All right. So again, that was it. And my last show I want to mention. Thanks for letting me go on that little side quest. Addison is Paradise. Our fair's gonna be here every week till the season's over, which I think it's probably next week. By the way, now week 1 they released 3 episodes, so you gotta give them a little. No, 2 episodes.
Was it 2?
3, but they dropped I think 2 or 3 episodes week 1. But even with and I forgot one more episode as we're talking. But then Paradise, it's because if you caught up on Paradise, you get to the backstory of Jane.
Yeah.
And Brad, did you see what did drop 3 episodes this week? Invincible.
I did, but I was too tired to watch it.
It's so good.
Okay, I'll
stop it
watch
if you've not watched it. I mean, seriously, we may have to do maybe for next week our favorite adult, and the years we've never done this. So I think maybe what we should chat about next week is our favorite adult animated show. We've never done that, and I think maybe not even adult, just the animated shows that adults would like. So there's something. Not that it has to be a bunch of F-bombs dropped into it, but Invincible, wow, is really, really up there. And again, I know voice actors don't oftentimes get their shine in the regular Emmy Awards. There's actually more animated, tilted awards for those folks. A lot of them get their flowers, things like Comic-Con. But J.K. Simmons is
so good.
Dude.
So good.
I'll be hard pressed to find an actor who is so good live action as well as voice acting. I mean, you think about Oz, Law and Order Special Victim, his turn as J. Jonah Jameson in the Spider-Man movie. The voice that he's done primarily, what I'm thinking about is him as Nolan or Omni-Man in the Invincible series. And by the way, he has such an iconic voice that the minute you hear it, you know who it is.
Yeah.
And you still are with whoever he plays.
Yeah.
Think about Jake. Think about he played, just in this from live action, Schillinger, a Nazi serial in Oz, to a child psychologist and Law and Order Special Victim with only like 2 years maybe different.
Yeah.
And he looked the same. I think he grew hair. I think he grew hair for Law and Order. That's the only difference. And he had that really great show on Stars that I think between COVID and writer strike, he didn't get enough time. I can't think of the name of it. He is such a good actor. The accountant and the accountant part. I mean, J.K. Simmons might be up there. As when we talk about the most underappreciated actors, J.K. Simmons has got to be up there.
Great.
So, and I'm not.
And the mustache, man.
Yes, and the mustache. And by the way, I'm not just kidding. There we go. All right. I'm done there. All right, brother.
All right. I don't really got much to add. And for TV shows, I do want to add a little bit about movies, and I got a couple comics I want to bring up as well. We'll do the comics first. Comics. So Deathstroke has a brand new run coming out. It's okay. I'm nothing too big. But the one I want to do
about how Michael from NXS died.
Really?
The lead singer from NXS, Google him and you'll get Deathstroke.
Okay, cool. Yeah. And then...
please don't get mad at the podcast. That was Brian. This was a horrible joke. If you please go ahead. Save us from that. Yeah.
Lobo has a brand new book out.
Okay.
And it is hilarious. As a matter of fact, because of this, every week in the Signals of the Week, I am going to bring up my comic book moment of the week.
Okay.
And I'm going to give you a quote from Lobo, the scholar, in Lobo #1. Brian S. Dennis, are you ready?
I am ready, sir.
All right. I will throw a bad voice in here, and we'll just see where it goes. What kind of mindless guppy fraggers thinks a bunch of gratuitous violence mixed with juvenile humor and a dash of outdated pop culture references is entertaining? Yeah?
That wasn't bad. It sounded like a podcast, by the way. That sounded like our podcast. But
dude,
the main man Lobo is so good. It's so good. And Momoa's playing him, correct?
Yes, it's Supergirl. Now, well, the comic here is the a national the galaxy's best movie production crew wants to make a reality series following the main man.
Okay.
So anyway, I cut you off. What were you saying?
No, I was just thinking that Lobo's just one of my favorite characters, and we talk about again the characters who win in the nerdverse who don't have probably who don't have maybe the mass appeal because they're more niche character. And I think the best example of that was Deadpool. Now everybody knows Deadpool now, right? But until the less we say about his appearance in Wolverine Origins, the better. But it really wasn't until Ryan Reynolds is a huge fan of Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds petitioned to be Deadpool. Wade Wilson back again. That's how he got in the Wolverine Origins movie. That wasn't his fault. He played the cards he was dealt. But that's one of those characters that now most people will know. But we as comic book fans and comic nerds knew how awesome Deadpool is. The DC version of that is probably Lobo and
Harley Quinn. As a matter of fact, I think Lobo more than Harley Quinn, but I think Harley Quinn is the equivalent to Deadpool in DC.
So here's my question about Harley Quinn you brought up.
Yeah.
Do you think most people know Harley Quinn the character, or they know Margot Robbie and those shorts?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like the movie, and I think Margot Robbie played her the way she should be played. But again, a lot of people know her. And if you watch the HBO Max show that gives you more Harley, I think most people know of Harley because we didn't get to delve much into Harley's backstory.
Yeah.
In Suicide Squad or the Suicide Squad, and Margot Robbie played her phenomenally. I got no complaint. Versus, we got more of the back. We got a new origin story and movie that was fairly accurate to the conflict between Deadpool 2, and then Deadpool and Wolverine. Versus what we got a bit in Harley, and then we'll see. Well, we'll go Harley, and I'm very excited for Lobo and Supergirl. And I wanted to finish your list, but we did not talk about this. Have you seen the new Spider-Man trailer?
I did.
Thoughts about the Spider-Man trailers, real quick, if you can.
Yeah, man. I think it's gonna be great. I love I think that the Punisher is gonna be in it more than we think.
I agree.
And I know a lot of people are thinking Sadie Sink is gonna be Typhoid Mary.
See, and I don't.
I don't
Go
either.
ahead.
I think she's gonna be Jean Grey. I
don't think she's gonna be Jean Grey.
dude, I got. Okay, here's my take.
Okay.
I think she's gonna be Jean Grey,
Okay.
and she is going to, because of her psychic abilities,
Yeah.
erase the spell.
That is awesome, but I do not think that's who she is.
Who? What do you think?
I think she's the real MJ. I think she's Mary Jane Watson. Remember, Zendaya's character is not Mary Jane Watson. She uses the initials MJ, but she is not Mary Jane Watson. And Sadie Sink is a natural redhead. So there's a couple. There's MJ or Jean Grey.
Yeah.
And Jean Grey would make more sense from the canon. We got to undo the Doctor Strange spell. But I'm also thinking Spidey without Jean Grey Spidey with Spidey and Jean Grey. Think about Cyclops. Like, dude, if you can't keep it from Logan, much less Peter Parker, really. I mean, Cyclops may be the big, like, they may have to call him Coco Clops at this moment. But like, seriously, all right. And for the kids watching the show, Google it and talk to your parents. All right, but I when I saw the casting, I initially thought her as Mary Jane. Her as Jean Grey, either way, I think makes perfect sense. I just think age bracket wise, it would make sense for her to be the MJ if he's going to continue on some level, being anonymous of Peter Parker not having those connections. I also explain him no longer with is the MJ played by the Zendaya. You introduced the Mary Jane Watson character, but I also think if she was going to play Mary Jane Watson, they may have released that versus, like you said, with Jean Grey, that has a larger ramification, keeping that quiet. I love the fact they're integrating Punisher. I love the fact they're bringing in the Hand. And I have always been a big Max Gargan, a.k.a. the Scorpion. And this Max Gargan, to me, seems very akin to the portrayal that was in the Split the Neighborhood Spider-Man show. So I really like that as well.
Is there a season 2 working for that?
I believe so.
Okay, cool. Because, man,
we
both love that show.
Yeah, and it left with enough cliffhangers. It was extremely well done. By the way, any internet, and this is for Brian, any internet haters that had issues, the fact that they made Norman Osborn and his son African American, get over yourself. Truthfully. Yeah. Get over yourself. But please continue, brother.
Oh, no, that's it, man. Really, just a couple movies. I did go see Ready or Not, Here I Come. I will talk about Ready or Not probably in a little bit.
Okay, brother.
And I did see Project Hail Mary.
That's the one thing I was thinking about seeing it this coming weekend. You said it was good.
It's so good, man. I loved it a lot. But like, and I got to thinking, and I was talking to one of the guests at B&B about it as well. And like, when I watched Ready or Not, Here I Come, I walked out of the theater. I just had a lot of fun. I love the movie. It's a fun movie. It's not going to win any awards. Samara Weaving and Catherine Newton are fantastic in the movie. And when somebody would ask me, like, how would I rate myself, Ready or Not, Here I Come? And I'm like, 9.5. Easy. 9.5. It was fun. I had a great time. I didn't look at my watch once. And like, I was encased in the world. I love that thought. It was great. And then when I sit there with Project Hail Mary and I'm asked the same question, I'm like, 7.5. I mean, it was like 7.5 to 8, right? 7.5, somewhere in there. But I'm like, but I'm still thinking, like, Project Hail Mary is a better movie than Ready or Not, which just means it's just on two different scales.
Have you read? Because I didn't even realize it was based on a book. Have you read the book for Project Hail Mary?
I have not.
Okay,
I have not. But a lot of people did that. They really liked the adaptation.
They said it was pretty accurate to the book.
Yeah. So except for the ending, they said.
And we talked about this on the pod quite a few times. We do a lot of movie reviews. Brad, you are one of the few people that goes to more movies than I do for obvious reasons. I appreciate that. But here's the deal. And by the way, real quick, I want to really give Michael B. Jordan and the cast of Sinners, all the Brian Coogler, so many awards. And, there's been this other side of the movies with One Battle After Another winning like the big award for best movie. I saw One Battle After Another. I liked it. I did not think it was anywhere near as good a movie as Sinners, but we're not.
Yeah, I hated it.
I didn't hate it, but it also to me wasn't. When it was done, I was like, I'll never need to see this again. When I saw Sinners, I can't wait to see that again.
Yeah, Yeah,
And I had to
exactly,
process Sinners for days, and it's a great movie. I've never seen anyone that I know who has seen Sinners and didn't love it, not like it,
Yeah.
love it. I've talked to quite a few who have seen one about another that go, Leo was good,
Yeah.
okay, but that's kind of been the end of it. Cardi B was good, but it's kind of been the end of it. Anyway, other than that, love the fact that Michael B. Jordan won the Oscar, but that's what led me to bring that up is, at the end of the day, yes, movies can be powerful. They can make statements. I think it's perfectly fine that the movie's political. I really do, because this is where a lot of people absorb the information. But at the end of the day,
just don't watch it.
Most movies are supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
And whether we're talking things in Marvel, DC, I love Happy Death Day. I can watch that in the sequel anytime because they're fun. I grew up when the original Child's Play came out, and I have loved every Chucky movie. They are horrible movies, but they're fun, right? And so much what I'm hearing when you're talking about Ready or Not, Here I Come. By the way, Ready or Not, Here I Come was what I said to my prom date. But that being said, sorry about your dress. Oh my goodness, I can't stop. All right. Anyway, feel free, folks. Again, these are Brian this alone. But seriously, what you're talking about with Red or Not, Here I Come, Red or Not 2, Here I Come, say the title correctly, it was a fun movie.
Yeah.
That's what movies are supposed to be. Only what is it? 5 or 6 movies get nominated for the Oscar out of the dozens that get released every single year. Only one's going to win. You know what the rest of the movie should be? Fun.
Yeah.
Fun. You should go to a movie. You want to laugh. You want to cry. You want to get lost in movie files. You want to watch things blow up. You want to feel something. At the end of the day, you're to connect with people. Are they fun? So I'm so glad that, and I am definitely going to check out Project Hail Mary, but hearing so much about Red Night, Here I Come, I definitely want to check that out as well, my friend.
Yeah, so good, man. So good. All right, man. Are you ready to talk a little bit about some WWE? Because some big things are about to happen here.
Let's do it.
And a really big thing happened on Friday.
As we're fully on the road to WrestleMania will occur on April 18th and 19th. It's a 2-night premium live event, aka PLE. I still want to call them pay-per-view.
Same difference.
When we get closer to WrestleMania, Brad and I will do a rundown of the actual card. The one criticism I would give Triple H, that it seems like the WrestleMania cards under his regime come together later than they did under Vince McMahon and that previous regime. It seems like, and there's give and take. It seems like when McMahon was in charge, and by the way, I think McMahon not being in charge is good for a lot of reasons. But the one thing that you have is that you felt like, a month before WrestleMania, you pretty much knew all the matches. And my man also was booking a 1-night WrestleMania versus Triple H, that's a 2-night WrestleMania. So right now, here are the matches that we have that have been cemented. We have, and I feel like the really big thing happened on Monday night as well, is we have the 4 world title matches. So we've got, on the women's side of the house, we've got Liv Morgan challenging Stephanie McCurry for the women's world championship. We've got Jade Cargill defending against Rhea Ripley for the women's WWE championship. We've got Roman Reigns challenging CM Punk for the WWE world title. And then for the WWE undisputed, I love the women's title is not undisputed, but the men's title is the WWE undisputed title, which we didn't record right after this happened. But what are your thoughts on Randy Orton and the heel turn? So you and I have been talking about it, and I know we're both a huge Randy fans. I think you're a bigger Orton fan than I am, but I also am a huge Randy Orton fan. We're getting Cody, and let me frame it this way for the question. We're getting Cody versus Randy. And for those, and we both have said, we felt like Drew McIntyre got a bit of the shaft. Yeah. And he did. But there's also, to be fair, Randy Orton versus Cody is a better match than Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. It just is. Okay. Yeah. Do you think we needed the heel turn for Randy versus Cody, or could it have been babyface versus baby? So Randy's still getting cheered. Yeah. So that being said, do we think we needed at least an attempted heel turn for Randy versus Cody, or could the match have been babyface versus babyface?
At first I didn't think so, but I think everybody loves the good guy against the bad guy. though I think that they had to. And Randy plays a good heel.
Did you see the sign saying 2009 Randy Orton is in the building? Yes. That was his best. That's his best work.
Yeah.
Not a doubt.
Yeah, man. I mean, like,
and he seems to enjoy being a bad guy. He seems to love it. Yeah.
He's just so freaking huge, man. I mean, like, the guy, I mean, like, I honestly, I want him to win at WrestleMania.
Yes.
I think he not only should win, but I think he deserves it.
Yes.
Man.
Yes. So that leads to the second question, because you're exactly right. The best matches are babyface versus heel. So you look at the other side of the house, you got Roman versus CM Punk. Both are baby faces, but given the promos, one is going to walk in more. They're both going to get cheered, but one's going to walk in more, work the match probably more babyface than heel. I'm still kind of, I'm not, I promise I'm not doing the 6-7 thing. I'm going like, I'm not sure who it is. But in this one, while Randy Orton turned heel, so on paper, Randy should be the bad guy and Cody should be the good guy. But given at least the fans in our age range and even probably a little bit younger, I would say from, let's say, 25 up, let's be real. So many people want Randy to win, and so many of us are Randy fans. I think turning Randy heel, quote unquote, is better with the way that Cody won it last minute over Drew. I think Cody's going in this match as the heel. I think we're going to hear Cody boo. I would not be surprised, man. I mean, because I mean, like Randy's just been in the background for so long, and he's been okay with it. But like, dude, the guy's a freaking monster. And yeah, you're right, man. The best finisher that they have right now. He has the best finisher right now in a post Stone Cold Stunner, post People's Elbow, post Tombstone. I know I just did a lot of posts, like 3 other really impressive finishers. Not that RK isn't great, but he has, without a doubt, within all of wrestling, WWE, TNA, AEW, New Japan, domestic promotions, anything of that.
Yeah.
He has, without a doubt, the single, and it's been protected. Very rare does anybody kick out. The single, and by the way, compared to the Cross, he doesn't got to hit anybody with 3 times to win a match. He has the best finisher in wrestling. And you're right, the guy in his 40s is jacked as hell.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if he's putting like moose blood in an IV, but the dude is jacked. And I agree with you. I want him to win so bad. And changing his opponent didn't change in that. I mean, I would have expected him to beat Drew. And the WWE, if you listen, we know you are, he's got to win. Like Roman versus Punk, I think you can argue either way with that. I think Roman's gonna win. We'll talk about this more in future episodes.
Yeah.
But I think if Punk wins, no one's rioting. I think if Liv versus Stephanie McCure, whichever one wins, you can make an argument. Jade versus Rhea, whichever one wins, you can make an argument.
Speaking of Rhea, she is gonna be in the new Terrifier movie.
Okay, I thought I heard she was cast for something.
Yes.
So that's the other thing. You got to give with the WWE being part of TKO, we're seeing Roman, Cody, Randy Orton. I think The Miz was just casting something. Now Rhea.
He's the host of the new American Gladiator show.
Okay. So these men and women put their bodies on the line.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad that so many of them. Will they do a Rock or a Cena becoming big blockbuster stars? Who knows?
I mean, Cody and Roman Reigns are going to be in Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, dude, looks freaking amazing.
It does.
They took a property that really has no desire that should be.
Street Fighter's never been as good as the Mortal Kombat movies. It's not been.
Correct, man.
And yes, you don't get Julia, who did his best as M. Bison, but it still was a bad movie. But I like his portrayal. But yeah, I've never been hyped for a Street Fighter movie.
Coked out Jean-Claude Van Damme reigns supreme, right?
Yeah, but I am so excited for this because I think you can get as close to doing it right with how they're trying to do. Yeah. Video game moves are hard to bring to the screen. Video game moves that are based on just ripping people's hearts out without much backstory are even harder to do. You can't just have 2 hours of fights. I mean, you could try. I mean, John Wick kind of did that, but you can try that. But yeah, back to the WWE real quick for Wanna Wrestle is. I really think they put Cody in a really probably not foreseen. They put Cody in a bad spot. Yeah. Cody, and I think that's why they had the beatdown be as bloody. And by the way, he's stealing from his dad. He is doing, and I'm not saying that negative. He is doing everything his dad did. You know, I get beat up, I get jumped from behind. They're gonna make me bloody. He is doing this as the American Nightmare is doing his best updated version of American Dream. So somewhere Dusty's smiling. But even with that, to try and get some sympathy and empathy, I think he's going to get booed heavily. When he comes back, which will probably be next week. But I think in Vegas, because you're going to have a lot of hardcore fans that are so ready for Orton to win and get his 15th and break that tie with Triple H. I really think Cody, and it's fine. Hopefully that Cody can work heel. He's been a heel part of his career. But I think we're not going to get that impetus. And the sad thing is, and I'll hush my thing, I just remember how hyped we all were when he came out at WrestleMania 38 to be Seth Rollins' mystery opponent. It wasn't that big of a mystery, but we're glad that it happened. And then how heartbroken we were that he didn't win at 39, and how we all were with him when he finished the story in 40, and then we really felt he kind of got swallowed up by Cena's retirement run, losing at 41. Yeah. Now we go to 42, so this would be his 5th Mania since 30, 39, 40, 41, 40. Yeah, this is his 5th Mania since returning. 5 years to maybe go to complete arc of maybe people are sick of Cody at the top of the card. So
yeah,
it would be interesting. It would be very interesting.
And 2K26 just came out too. Yeah. So
and he's that close to a true baby face, at least main event level. So it'll be very interesting with that. All right. So, and then the last thing, we ran down that one a little long than I intended, but thank you for doing that with me, is in my opinion, the biggest thing that came out of it was we had Brock come out and again, Seth, they've done I don't know if I like all the mystery men in the hoods. I don't think that's necessary at this point, but they did a great job of Paul Heyman going to FA, all the things and saying the F5 and Brock Connor. I love the fact that he's not Brock's advocate technically anymore, but Brock comes to save his buddy whenever he needs to. And then we got the ruler.
Dude.
We got Oba freaking Femi. Okay, before I get into your thing, I really want to get him.
Yeah.
WWE.
Yeah.
Listen, if Oba Femi is not winning a world title within the next 2 WrestleManias, you have dropped the ball on this guy. There's no reason he is not being pushed like you pushed Lesnar, like you pushed back in, I'm not the same booking crew, the way Hogan and Warrior pushed back in the day, the body, the ability to work, the promo, the look, the music. He's got everything. Roman Reigns is
the swagger, man.
The swagger. Oh my God.
Flippin' swagger.
His first match is going to be against Brock, and we all know he's going to win.
Oh, yeah.
And he should. And by the way, Brock, from everything behind the scene, was like, have this dude do this. Like, he is trying to help Oba, which I got to appreciate. Again, by WrestleMania, if this guy's not winning, not wrestling 4, but winning one of your 2 world titles by WrestleMania 44, you've dropped the ball on this guy. And probably WrestleMania, I'm calling my shot now. I probably will be wrong. I want Oba versus Roman Reigns 43. That's what I want. That's what I want. But I'll let you talk about.
You know what, man? You know what? Okay, because Cody and Oba have already done it. They had their match. That was his induction into the WWE.
Make it no contest as well. So if we want to run it back, we can. Yeah.
But a Randy Orton Oba Femi run, that just sounds like a shit ton of fun.
Could you see? I just talked about how protected RKO. Could you see Randy give it a decent length match?
Yeah.
Randy, I'm not one of the fans that goes, all great matches have to be 45 freaking minutes long. They don't. I think they should be longer in main event, but they don't got to be an hour and a half long.
Yeah.
But could you see him hitting the RKO on Oba and Oba kicking out at a strong 2, and then almost hulking up like bring it on, dude?
Yeah.
Dude. I mean, people, including me, would lose our freaking mind. Oba Femi's got to be wearing one of those big gold belts by WrestleMania 44, hopefully by 43. But
I wish you would have pushed this dude on me way before you did.
Yeah.
Because man, because I don't really watch a lot of NXT just because I don't have enough time in my life to do so.
It's hard to watch it all. I mean, they put out,
but they have so many good people
programming every week. Yeah.
They NXT is full of big good stars. Yeah. I mean, Sol Roca has to be one of the
Sol has got to be coming up when they typically after. I'm sorry, I'm stealing your time. Typically, the Raw after WrestleMania, when they bring up a lot of NXT talent, she's got to be one of the ones that they bring up. There's also Ricky Saints, formerly Ricky Starks, will be a really good mid-carder as well. They've got those folks down there, up there, but I mean, without a doubt, Oba. I mean,
Yeah.
and then it's almost Goldberg. The fans start going. In fact, I know this may be pushing too hard into the Goldberg thing, but why not? If the way he's catching fire, start filming him coming in from the locker room like they did Goldberg. Like, did you see him walking in the back with the freaking strut, with the swagger? Oh my God! You said the swagger, like hit Oba, like. And that the lights with the green, I mean, it's almost like Undertaker and Goldberg had a baby, and it's this big dude from Nigeria. But hey. I want to see that. I want to see. Dude. And by the way, they talk about he was an NC. I forget his real name, but he's an SEC shot put champion. Can you imagine you're lining up to do like a track and field event, and that big MFer walks out with a shot put? Yeah, like I give him the medal. I'm going home.
Can you imagine? Maybe he's going to be Gunther's big opponent.
Yeah, because
I mean, like he has to be like the sky's the limit for him.
He's going to be on Raw. I mean, they've not said he hasn't signed to a brand, but he's definitely going to be a Raw. And at some point, and by the way, Gunther doesn't have a match for Mania yet. I don't know who it'll be with Oba and Brock, which I think is the right call. But you're right. I think with Brock being a part timer. I agree with you that the next one, and again, we're running long on Want to Wrestle. Remember, they do King of the Ring for the for the world title at SummerSlam. Could it be Oba?
I'm game for that, man.
I don't see Oba not winning it. Now, they may not put him in it, right? Because they may want to give him more time. But if Oba's in the King of the Ring tournament this year,
he's winning.
Exactly. Kind of like when Gunther did a couple years ago, like it's got to be Gunther, right?
Yeah.
If Oba's in and Nia Jackson the same year, I think Nia and Gunther won the same year.
Yeah.
And some people that just obvious is their time. If Oba's in King of the Ring, which again, why they may not put him in it just to delay it, but if Oba's in King of the Ring, barring doing something funky, without a doubt, Oba's winning King of the Ring, and then you challenge that brand, so you don't get a choice like you do at the Rumble. So he would challenge Conquer Reigns. Ooh. Wow. Okay, now I'm excited. Now I'm even more excited for wrestling. All right, brother. Okay, and then my last question, thank you for riding down this past me. If there's one match of the ones that we have, so the matches that are announced, the 4 world titles went through, and then Oba versus Brock, and let's just say we're gonna get, and we know it's gonna happen, so I'm gonna give us 6 options, and then the last one would be Fatu versus Drew McIntyre, because obviously that's happening.
Yep.
The 4 world titles, Fatu versus Drew McIntyre, but I think they're going to make some type of Hell in a Cell street fight. They're going to add, I feel they're going to add a stipulation to that one. Or Oba versus Brock straight up one-on-one. I bet I know. But which of those matches are you looking most forward to?
Okay, so am I looking forward to Jacob Fatu versus Drew, or who?
Oba versus Brock.
Oba versus Brock.
Punk, Orton versus Randy. I was there. Orton versus Cody.
Okay.
Stephanie McCurry versus Liv Morgan, or Jay versus Rhea. So those are the 6 matches. 5 that have been announced, and the 6th one that we know is going to happen.
Yeah.
Of those 6 matches, which one are you looking most forward to?
I am looking forward to Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes.
Yep.
But there's going to be a match with the new tag team champions of the entire freaking world.
I was waiting. I was going to let you bring it up.
Damian Priest. I willed this. I put this into the universe like a year and a half ago.
Yeah, I was going to say back to when
I may have peed a little bit when this happened. By the way,
Judgment Day and R-Truth thinking the Judgment Day was the NWO, and I mean R-Truth. But so he shaved his head because I knew he was having some of that traction alopecia. When they went to shave his head, the fact that he's sitting in the barber chair where they're cutting his hair with the scissors, and Joe Test is like, what hair? Like, he is just so flipping good. I did put him in a tag team. The guy's in his 50s now. You don't want to wrestle full match. You want to be able to keep him healthy, even though he's in better shape than I would ever be at that age.
I mean, somebody say he's pretty okay in quick.
Yes, and that's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And he makes every segment better. And when he won the tag titles at WrestleMania with Miz a couple years ago, and now him with Damian Priest, I just really hope they get a run beyond WrestleMania.
Right, I do too. Like, they need a name.
Yeah, and we named him D-Truth the last time we recorded.
Yeah.
But I absolutely love it. And by the way,
Priest had no idea. Like, you could see the shock on his face.
Seems to be having a lot of fun. Like, if you're not going to be in the world title picture, which at some point they got to give Priest a main event run. He deserves it. He's been there before. But honestly, if you're going to be, and I'll say this, if I was ever a pro wrestler, if I was a tag wrestler, absolutely put me with R-Truth. I just feel like I would have, even if we never won a match, just getting to go up and down. And people say all the time, like I don't know if you ever caught the episode of Unreal, where they do the behind the scenes what happened with Truth. The amount of people, especially Road Dogg, that go, you don't understand how much Ron Killings is just loved. It's like it's losing your favorite coworker.
Yeah.
Right? And the fact that he's still there and all the things. So yes. So whether they're against the Wyatts or the Bloodline, not the Bloodline, the MFT or whoever, I'd have to okay with them even not defending if it means we get them longer. But again, Damian Priest and R-Truth, give your flowers, congrats on becoming the new WWE Tag Team Champions. Long may you reign.
Yes.
And just great. And our challenge, I was like, Brad has got to be in heaven when you saw that. So absolutely.
So good. Oh, man.
Oh, brother.
Are you ready to get into our Mount Rushmore of?
Absolutely. Let's do the treasure hunting movie. Let's do the damn thing, bro.
Yeah, so today we're going to talk a little bit about the Mount Rushmore. We're not ranking, we're carving history.
Yeah.
Today we're gonna really not list anything. We're just gonna talk about what makes a good treasure hunting movies and what ones are there, which ones belong to be in there, like which one or which ones are just crappy remakes of other ones, and also what really defines a treasure, because a treasure can be something about anybody.
A lot of mine fell into is what do we define as a treasure?
Right. I mean, I think, and right now, and I kind of decided, I kind of had this idea for this one because I know right now you and I are going to agree with Goonies is like on there.
Yeah, so let me give you this. You, me, and my son is in his room right now. When I told him what list I was making, he gave me his input, but he goes, Goonies has got to be number one. And if I was ranking these, Goonies, without a doubt, is not even up for discussion.
Yeah.
Goonies is the best treasure, however you define treasure hunt movie. That, I mean, and for those in the maybe young artists, that if you don't know the Goonies, GOONIES, it is my signed off every single week. Goonies Never Say Die.
It's a perfect movie.
Yes, it is. If you enjoy Stranger Things, watch the Goonies.
Yeah.
So much of Stranger Things is inspired by the Goonies. The Duffer Brothers will admit to that. Watch the Goonies, and you will just see it is. For anyone that's been 13, and we all have been, unless you're under 13, you just go, yes, yes, and yes. So I was weird, and I'm going to tell you a quick story. We were seeing the Goonies. I remember walking out of the Goonies, and so many of my friends thought I was weird because Carrie Green, who plays Andy, is yes. I remember having a baby crush on Steph, Martha Plimpton's character. I was like, oh, she's so weird. So that's what's always been your boy's jam. But yes, and by the way, it's almost like if Brand could have snapped his fingers and gotten the treasure. Love Fab. So yes, Goonies is on the list, but let's talk about some other things that make great treasure hunting movies, sir.
Yeah, man. Okay, so I mean, Goonies is, I mean, yes, I'm sure that there was in the past, and but I think Goonies is probably one of the older ones. Yep. Although I did find that I did have a lot of 80s movies that made my list.
More thing in the 80s. I think it was more thing in the 80s.
Yeah, man. I mean, but then you had some that were kind of like too similar, right? Because like I started thinking about stuff like Romancing the Stone, and then Indiana Jones, and I'm like, so like what? I mean, like, is Indiana Jones a treasure movie? Yes, and right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it is like Raiders of the Lost Ark. They're looking for, you know, the Pandora's box. I mean, like the Holy Grail in Last Crusade. And which one is it? But there again, Indy isn't looking for the treasure. He's looking for his father.
Right. I mean, all of these. So that's why for me, there's an Indiana Jones for me that makes the list. For me, that actually is Temple of Doom, because in that one it was much more Indy seeking the treasure, which were the stones. Now, in that he gets pulled into that, but again, it's to save the village, it's to rescue Short Round, is to do all of these things. But you're right. When I compare it to Temple of Doom, Last Crusade, all those other movies, it was Indy kind of got pulled into it, but his motivation isn't the quote unquote treasure. Versus this, and again, treasure by itself is a nebulous concept. If you're gonna say an Indiana Jones movie that represents, also, I'm weird. I prefer Temple of Doom over Raiders. I know a lot because I gotta pull this from the Big Bang Theory.
Yeah,
to me, Indy is superfluous to the plot. The movie is the same movie, and it took Big Bang Theory pointing it out. But if you take Indiana Jones out of that movie, it's basically the same movie, meaning that you get the same result. And that's, I think, part of this is for a treasure hunting movie to really be a treasure hunting movie. Whoever is the central character or characters, like multiple in the Goonies, it doesn't happen without them, right? So that's what I'm saying. For the Indy series, you got to put Temple of Doom as, for me, for a treasure hunting movie, is truthfully more Temple of Doom, the second of his series, more than any other movie.
But Temple of Doom takes place before Raiders of the Lost Ark.
True.
So, but does Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom deserve to be on the Mount Rushmore of treasure hunting movies? I don't think it does.
So right now, I think we say, so assuming that Rushmore have 4 slots, we dedicated one to Goonies. We got 3 left.
That's 100%. There is no negotiation. Goonies is definitely on there.
Okay, so let me throw one out for you that might be a different one with that. Is this one, and this one was actually my son's pick. He goes The Wizard of Oz.
Ooh. Oh, damn.
Because if you think about it now, is the treasure the
Ruby Slippers?
Is the treasure Ruby Slippers? Is it going home? Like, what's the treasure? But that entire movie, and yes, it was it was Silver Slippers in the book. It was because they went to color and they want the Ruby looks better on color. But any of the uninitiated, and if you've seen Wigan and Wigan for Good, that's why they're silver, not ruby. Okay, that explains it, right? The book, they're silver. We had color. Was about the first movie ever in color in this country, but they made Ruby shows up better in color than silver. And then we got Wigan and Wigan for Good. We went back to it. All right, everybody. No one they got it wrong. No, we just know the history of the split, right? That being said, his argument is between Dorothy and her crew. They are searching. The entire are searching for treasures. Period.
Dorothy each have their own treasure.
Exactly. So. Is Wizard of Oz, and when he first said, "I go Wizard of Oz," and he broke it down. I'm kind of with Wizard of Oz,
dude.
Wizard of Oz.
I am. You know what? Like when I would put a list of references for this, I didn't even think of Wizard of Oz, but the way that you broke it down is, I mean, like every main character, the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, the Lion. I mean, like Dorothy. They do all have the treasure that they're going.
Like, hey, to get the hell out of here, right? So
I definitely agree. I think that Wizard of Oz deserves a place in the Mount Rushmore of treasure movies.
I'm putting Goonies and I'm putting Wizard of Oz on the Mount Rushmore. So we've got 2 slots left, my friend.
Yeah. Now, I got a movie here that is a treasure, and I think very, very relatable, but does it belong on the Mount Rushmore? I think National Treasure.
It's also on my list. I had to list these. I was going to have a discussion.
Yeah.
Treasure is it?
Yeah. It is National Treasure. I mean, there's multiple of them, and every one of them, they are going after an actual treasure.
Yes. And it's got it in the name. It's got it in the name, right?
Yeah. I mean, like, is National Treasure to the point of where should it be in Mount Rushmore, and we can put a pin in it and come back to it as well.
Okay, so that's going to open a door. If we're going to put National Treasure, my head went to two other movies. Okay, so we had the National Treasure series because there's two of them. National Treasure,
in a series, yeah.
Yep. So then my head then
movies.
goes, if we're adding National Treasure, if you talk about plot premises for treasure movies, does that then open the door for Sahara?
Mm-hmm.
And does it open the door for the Da Vinci Code?
Honestly, I had
both. While it's a mystery, it's still trying to unravel with the Illuminati and all the things and finding the Holy Grail. If we go back to Indy,
Indiana Jones,
like would you also on the map? So again, pin in. If we're gonna pin in, I think though, if we're gonna say National Treasure up for contention, and also put Sahara and I think the Da Vinci Code up for contention.
I mean, like because all three of those movies are very, very similar because they are. But also, you can add Pirates of the Caribbean in that too.
I have Pirates of the Caribbean, specifically though.
The Legend of Black Pearl.
Yes. That is truthfully more. It had a limited amount of supernatural impact.
Yeah.
Basically, from Dead Man's Chest forward, the Pirates took on a very different aspect of them. They're good.
Yeah.
They're not Black Pearl good. Basically, you give me anything with not Natalie Portman. Oh my goodness. Anything the later plays
Keira Knightley.
Anything with Keira Knightley, and I'm gonna bring in my Paradise Sticker from there. I feel like I just need to bring my cardboard signs. Think about this though, fan cast for 2 seconds. I wanted Rick when he was running from The Walking Dead to start throwing out cardboard signs like "Don't eat me," "I'm bad for you," "You can come back." Like, I wanted Rick to do that. Or for somehow then to find solace in Wakanda. Okay. All right.
We're thinking Pirates of the Caribbean, National Treasure, the Da Vinci Code, Sahara, all those kind of are the same type of treasure movie.
Yep.
Is there one that sticks out more?
I think for me, with the fact that it's a mystery, it's based on a highly acclaimed book series. They try to bring in real world part of it. For me, Da Vinci Code, I would say it's not my. I love Da Vinci Code. It's not my favorite of actually those movies. To me,
I like Angels and Demons.
I like Angels and Demons a little bit more, which is weird for me to say that. But Da Vinci Code is really good. My son's right off the screen. Hang on. What's up, bud? Okay, what do you think of? Okay. Okay, let me first out to Brad. So, Brad, I feel like you might co-sign this one. I'm not a big Python fan. Brendan has said Monty Python and the Quest for the Holy Grail.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, boy. So
Brad agrees with you. Okay.
I mean, now, but with that being said, that's probably my all-time favorite comedy.
Okay.
Should something like Monty Python and the Search for the Holy Grail be on the Mount Rushmore of treasure hunting movies?
Python and Doctor Who kind of fall in the same vein with me. Maybe I don't like shows. I don't know. But there's the other piece of this. And now, while this is our list, I also think you have to, on some level, give credence to something that has a lot of fan love to it. Like, I'm not a big fan of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. However, I can't
deny the cultural impact.
Absolutely.
Of the movie.
So with that being said, is that while it didn't make my list, I don't know if it made yours, does Monty Python and the Quest for the Holy Grail, kind of like with The Life of Brian, I mean, I just know the name also. I think there's argument for, if we go like fan pick on these Mount Rushmore, maybe that is our number 3 is Monty Python and the Quest for the Holy Grail. I saw it
as much as I like it,
long time ago. I don't know if I don't love it, but give me your thoughts.
I don't know, man. Like I think possible. I think Monty Python could possibly be on there.
Okay, you want to pin that as well.
But because there is something on there that I was thinking, what about The Fifth Element?
It's on my list. The fifth. I'm so glad we're doing it this way because it is absolutely on my list. The Fifth Element, between the Stones, the actual Fifth Element themselves.
Yeah.
It's in space. They're trying. Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
Him as Ruby Rod steals that flipping movie. Some people were, and I think most people love it. I know a few friends of mine that thought he was annoying, and I'm like, how can Ruby Rod and just the annoyance he showed at Kerwin, I mean just Corbin Downs, I get it.
Yeah.
And then Mila, a very young, not really known Mila Jovovich, I'm butchering her last name, way before she saved us from the zombies or whatever the hell goes on in Resident Evil. Yeah, and that scene with Gary Oldman.
Oh, dude.
Just think about Gary Oldman. That one scene when if you've never seen The Fifth Element, go watch The Fifth Element. But when he's sitting there with the chest, spoiler alert, with the stones, and he opens the box, he has that great laugh that quickly turns into tears.
Yeah.
And they're not here. And you see the terror because of the death planet. And the weird thing that made Giselle bleed or really bad, it was horrible because you dealt with syrup, right? But with that being, and Tiny Lister as the president, come on, you gave me Devo. Now the president of the United States, the president of Earth. Come on now. Come on, son.
So I think we're in agreement. Fifth Element is in our 3. Mount Rushmore of treasure movies.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm so glad to hear I'm not alone with that. All right, brother.
What about Ready Player One? Ready Player One, because the whole movie is about finding the treasure, but again, like, it's a different type of treasure. It's a virtual world and everything. Is that
too much? Player One, you also go Free Guy.
Yeah, absolutely, and Click too. I
just rewatched Click just by because it was on. It's actually it's better than I remember. I gotta say, it was better than I remember. Sandler, the thing when he's in bed with the that was as a chubby dude myself. I'm like, oh my god! All right,
I don't know, man. Like, is there a place for Ready Player One besides just bringing it up?
I don't see that one. Here's one from my side of it. What about Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Based on the Iliad, based on the Odyssey, actually. Well, the Iliad is the Odyssey, but based on that, it's a Coen Brothers movie. It's a deep movie. Probably has one of the better soundtracks you'll ever run into. Clooney and that group, just fantastic acting. There's lots of little. It's one of those movies also similar to Fargo as a total movie. It's really good, but if you take out little bits of it, they're also really, really good. Masada Nation, and of course, when you got them as the Soggy Bottom Boys, and when they sing the song, I bought a soundtrack literally the day it came out on CD, and there's like 3 versions of Man of Constant Sorrow. They're all done extremely well. T-Bone Pickens did a great job, but they're searching for does the treasure have to be something you can put your hands on?
Right.
Or is it more nebulous? So we've got one spot left. So right now we've got Goonies, we've got The Wizard of Oz, and we've got The Fifth Element. Does the treasure have to be something physically you can put your hands on? If so, that to me kind of knocks out Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Because the treasure that they think, by the way, if you've not seen Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, you need to catch on some really good movies.
Dude, it's such a good movie. I definitely need a rewatch.
Yes. Also, again, we're talking about Brother Where Art Thou. Well, it's a completely different type of movie, but I feel like it opens the vein on what about because there was multiple treasures in this movie, and it just hit me. What about Pulp Fiction?
Interesting. I like it.
The suitcase that Samuel Jackson and John Travolta were looking for. You've got the watch that Bruce Willis is looking for. You got the truth, the deeper meaning that Samuel Jackson's Julius carries us by the end of the movie. You've got Marcellus Wallace and his quest for power. It seems like, now that I'm saying it out loud, like every one of those, again, a fantastic movie, every one of those snippets in the way the film is structured, they're searching for a treasure. The treasure is different depending on which story.
Right.
And they definitely intersect at points.
So it's in the same line as Wizard of Oz, though.
Ooh.
So all their characters have their own thing. So I think
Wizard
Wizard of Oz is going to take out.
It's not better than Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. Okay. What about The Mummy 1999?
Oh yeah.
Brendan Fraser, Rachel Weisz.
Did you see that Odette has signed on to be in the new Mummy.
Yes.
That's there. Yes.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think they have everyone except maybe four the gentleman that played the Mummy. I can't think of the actor's name.
yeah.
Brendan, Rachel Weisz, and Odette Fair have signed on for the movie. By the way, how the hell do we get Rachel Weisz but not get Daniel Craig? Like, you got to get me 007 in this. All right. Anyway, that being said,
I mean, the Mummy. I mean, like, it is a treasure. I mean,
it is.
And they
That
take
one-
the treasure, which is the
That
movie.
might be, of the ones we talked about, that might be the best classic example of a treasure hunting movie.
Mhm.
It takes place in the desert, takes place in the 30s or 40s. You know, it's got a hint of supernatural, well, not more than a hint. But
Yeah.
got a supernatural aspect. You got the guy saves a girl. Yes, that's playing some really stereotypical gender roles. But before we go there, I got one more because it hit me that I want to throw out there for you.
Yeah.
Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, the first Potter
Yes. Yeah, man. Like the second you said it, I was like, yeah, absolutely.
So I
Because I
think
was gonna
that's
bring
what-
up Ready or Not,
Yeah.
but like Harry
Yeah.
Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, they are looking for, and there's a case to be made that Harry is the treasure that everybody's
if you look
looking
at the series, 100%. If you look at the
for. Damn.
series.
Okay, there it
So
is.
let's break it down. The fourth spot, I think, is between Mummy 1999, with the less said about the Tom Cruise movie, the better.
Mhm.
The Mummy 1999 and Harry Potter, specifically Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I think one of them. So let's reset. So we've got
Yeah.
the Goonies from a youth standpoint. We've got the Wizard of Oz from a classic movie standpoint. We've got the Fifth Element from that sci-fi standpoint, and then we've got Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and then Mummy 99, the Brendan Fraser led, the first of the Brendan Fraser movies. I think one of them is our fourth. Which one of them speaks to you, brother?
Dude, I'm Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
Okay, I'm good. with it.
I co-sign that. I
right.
am 100% good with the exact reasons you said.
Okay.
Goonies, Wizard of Oz. Actually, it'll be Wizard of Oz. Goonies is we're gonna list that first. Goonies, Wizard of Oz, The Fifth Element, and Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
Oh.
Do you agree with this?
I do agree. We have filled our Mount Rushmore for the greatest treasure hunting movies of all time. If you agree with or disagree with us, please give us some comments. But I think, sir,
Yeah.
we have filled in the Mount Rushmore. We have put that in stone, sir.
We have carved it out. It is the mountain
that.
is set.
Yes. All right, brother. You ready for some games?
Yeah, it's time for Nerd Court. This is where the lore ends and the nonsense begins. This is the part of the show where we take our favorite characters, toss continuity out the window, and figure out what they've really been up to between movies, issues, and timelines. No rules, no approvals, zero canon. Brian, it's Dennis.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Like, here's what I'm bringing to the Nerd Court today.
Let's get it.
Okay. I got a couple hot takes, and then I got a couple of throwing canon out the window here. All right.
Right.
So, hot take: National Treasure is more rewatchable than Indiana Jones.
Yes,
Okay.
without a doubt.
Also,
Well,
here's
hang
my
on.
second.
Which Indiana Jones? Which Indy?
All of them.
Yeah. Yep. I'll give you that.
The new and the old. Yeah.
Yep. You can't. John Boy and Helen Mirren's not until the second one, but John Boy absolutely steals that. Now, first of all, how the hell does John Boy's DNA equal half of
Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, I just
I mean,
and I
hey, she married
understand
Billy
John
Bob
Boy-
Thornton, man. I mean, like,
fair. So let's get this straight. Billy Bob Thornton has in real life married Angelina Jolie and has had very intricate love scenes with Halle Berry and Ali Larter.
yeah, he's a lucky man. We all want to be Billy Bob.
If reincarnation is real, I want to come back to either Billy Bob Thornton or Dominic Mysterio. I want to come back as one of them.
Right? Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. All right, brother.
All right, okay, here's my other one. Why can't Hollywood make a good treasure movie anymore?
Because in the world of it's harder to do. I won't say it's impossible. It's harder to do because of these things right here, cell phones. Okay, which is my background. We live in a world that part of the thing that makes really good treasure hunting is finding riddles, right? So we even saw that in the first National Treasure movie. I think even more so in the second one, where you saw them start to use things like the internet, but it was not nearly as robust. So in a world where you could put in a riddle in AI and it
Yeah.
gives you the answer, so
It's
you
true.
have. That's why. So I think Hollywood can make a really good treasure hunting movie, but I think to make it where we can again let the movie fog overtake us and really get into the good treasure hunting movies about the journey, not the destination. It's not about finding a treasure. Think about it. Goonies was not about One-Eyed Willie and the gold, right?
No.
It was all the things they went through to get that, to find that, and the
Damn, Stand By Me is a treasure movie too.
Yes. By the way, R.I.P. to Rob Reiner. I don't know if you watched the Oscars, but they did such a great, and some of the movies we really love, Misery, Harry Met Sally, You've Got Mail. We just mentioned before, God, you just said it. You just mentioned the movie, Stand By Me.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, one of our favorite movies, The Princess Bride. Rob Reiner movies, and again, he passed a while back, and very tragic circumstance led to the death of him and his wife.
Yeah.
But again, just there's some people that what they have brought to the world continues to enrich us. I just want to give Rob Reiner some. And by the way, my parents loved All in the Family, so I first introduced him with Meathead. Also he's in again Throw Him Out for the Train. So Owen. He plays Billy Crystal's agent with that, and I think he might have directed as well. Anyway, but it makes it harder to make a 2026 treasure hunting movie just by the fact of how good, bad, or honestly misinformation that flows. That's why think about. So we didn't even mention Clue, by the way, from a treasure hunting movie.
No, we didn't.
But think about how different Clue would have been as a movie if you could just Google Mr. Body and see what he looks like, right? So is it time for a cameo? I see.
Yeah, there's a girl.
Hi.
Hey, Princess Leia, how are you doing, sweetie?
Good.
What are you up to?
I was listening to Silver Springs by Fleetwood Mac.
Okay. So I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a favorite movie where people are hunting for treasure? Do you have a favorite treasure hunting movie? I don't know if you're into that many treasure hunting movies.
No, but I do have something. I have this little fact or like question that.
Hit me.
Okay. So.
Wait. Did you just flip your hair before you asked me the question?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get it.
Okay, I'm moving.
No, I need to sit in your hair. Thank you.
I love the fact you made your dad move. All right, hit me. What's the question?
Okay, so you know how humans cannot see oxygen?
True.
But fish. So fish.
Okay.
They can't survive without water. But
Yep.
they can't survive in oxygen. And humans are the opposite, where they can survive in oxygen, but they can't really survive in water.
Correct. We can't extract oxygen from water. Exactly.
Yeah, but we can't see oxygen. So does that mean fish can't see water?
Other than the fact that water can be very dingy and dirty and have things in it, I would say if you put a fish in clear water, correct, they cannot see it. I agree. But I also think that most of the time when fish are in water, it's of low enough quality, even really great water in a stream, there's probably a reason a fish can see the stuff floating around. Like we see birds in the sky, right? We can't see oxygen. We can see the things in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
I think fish probably can see something in the water if they can't see the water itself. That's a really good point.
Exactly.
So, Princess Leia, I have a riddle for you. Well, not a riddle, I have a statement for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know why flying in a plane is safer than being on a submarine?
That's a good question. And
Here's the answer. There are more. I'm sorry, I got it wrong. Do you know why riding in a submarine is safer than being on a plane? I said it backwards. I apologize. But this is true. Riding in a sub is safer than being on a plane. You know why?
No.
There are more planes in the ocean than there are submarines in the sky.
Oh.
And I love the Nightwing shirt, by the way.
Oh, thank you. It's his.
I figured it was your dad's.
My
So,
pajamas are his shirts.
okay, that is fair. That is totally fair.
And I don't even have half of them.
All right. Well, trust me, Batman and Atlanta Falcon shirts, me and him are probably running neck and neck. All right. Well, that was cool conversation. I think we need to give your dad back his chair. So, can I get a bye-bye from you?
Kind of comfy, except for the fact that
It is really comfy, I'm sure. All right. Let me get a bye-bye, though.
Bye-bye.
A bye-bye, princess. Dude, I love she kicked you out of your chair.
I know, right? All right, man.
But
yeah.
let me share you a factoid I gave to her, and I'll even I'll throw it to you.
Yeah,
Bradley, do you know why it's safer to ride in a submarine than it is to fly on a plane?
it is.
Yes. Think about it. There are far more planes in the ocean than there are submarines in the sky. Come on, as a vet, I'm sure my dad as a vet told me that many years ago and it sticks in my head. So there are far more planes in the ocean. Than there are submarines in the sky. All right. Yeah.
Oh, that took a minute.
All right. Yeah. She counted on it quick though. And by the way, I love the fact she made you get the heck up out of your chair.
I know.
And
I know.
she shared with me that her Nightwing PJs is really your shirt. I'm like,
Yeah.
anybody that knows your dad is pretty much sure that a Nightwing shirt in that house probably originated with my tag team partner. Yep,
And the other one is a Star Wars Rebel. It says just says Rebel shirt. And her name is Leia, so you know it fits. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, man.
brother.
I got a couple last things for you because this is Samuel Jackson is the godfather of.
Yes.
That signals from the multiverse.
Yes.
Brian, I want to take characters that Samuel Jackson has made and I want to insert them into certain treasure hunting movies.
Okay, let's do it.
And I want to get your honest thought on how that would go.
All right.
Jules from Pulp Fiction
Yes. One
joins
of my
the team in National Treasure.
Okay. So Jules joins up with the team in National Treasure. All right. So first off, National Treasure, I think, was rated PG or PG-13. Now it's going to be rated R.
It's absolutely rated R.
You got a whole bunch of F-bombs going to be dropped. All right. So here's the deal. Jules joins the process of National Treasure as they're discussing how to take the Declaration of Independence. And Jules is going to, number one, join the planning meeting. And here's the deal. You can't plan a heist of that level without food. And Jules is going to show up, not just with any burger, but a Hawaiian burger, and maybe even a couple quarter pounder, but not just with cheese, a quarter pounder that's going to be called the Royale with cheese. And you know what? Nothing goes better with treasure hunting than a tasty burger. So Jules is going to bring the food. He's got to bring the F-bombs. And if it really comes down to it, Jules is going to go clack, 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 and get us out of this a little sooner. But if I was Nicolas Cage, I would be really worried that, Abigail is going to choose Jules over him any day of the week. So, yeah. By the way, has there ever been a movie with Nicolas Cage and Samuel Jackson? Nothing is.
There has to have been.
Without Googling, I can't think of anything.
Same.
But nothing is sparking at the top of my head. So.
Okay, we're going to Google it. Samuel.
Yeah. This seems like one of the ones for our to do this.
Okay, yes, there has. Kiss of Death from 1995.
Ah, okay.
Directed by Barbette Schroeder with David Caruso. Holy cow.
There it is.
Samuel Jackson, Nicolas Cage, Helen Hunt, a reformed convict, goes undercover with the help of an angry detective.
I've seen Kiss of Death, and it didn't spark me that Samuel Jackson's in this. He's actually in the. I just pulled up the movie poster. He's actually in the poster with David Caruso and Nicolas Cage. And I mean, if you're gonna, so here's one more. Even though we stood our Mount Rushmore, here's another that you mentioned. Helen Hunt, As Good as It Gets, is a treasure hunting movie.
Ooh, yes, it is. I like it.
Yes. All right. Where's the Quentin Sam? You got another one for me?
Okay, yes, I got a couple more.
All right,
Shaft. Into the Da Vinci Code.
Well, first off, when he meets agent, the agent, he's gonna give her the. Never mind, I'll stop there. All right. So here's the deal. So here's how legit he would fit in. So we know if you've seen the Da Vinci Code, number one, it's a mystery, but also we have played by Jean Reno. I just love the way Jean Reno, who famously was in The Mechanic with Anne Hathaway. That's why I was drawing her name. No, also with Natalie Portman. Wow, I'm getting all the actors. I was getting Natalie Portman, Anne Hathaway, and Keira Knightley. I don't know why I was interchanging those three actresses. But with that being said, when you have the French military and Box Day, and I could see Mr. Langdon calling or getting a hold of someone at the U.S. Embassy, and the embassy deploys an American detective to help them, and that detective would be none other than your boy. Shut your mouth, John.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Shaft versus the albino versus, could you imagine that? Just that fight? It would also be like Nick Cage versus The Vision. Like, could you imagine that battle happening? That's how it would be. That he would be the American detective helping out Professor Langdon in their quest for the Da Vinci Code.
Love it. All right, man, let's find out what your thoughts are. I want to hear from you. What treasure hunting movie can you drop a Samuel Jackson character into? What's in your wallet? All right, Brian, you got a game for me.
Yeah, so my game for you. So first I'm going to give my quiz for the audience here, which is we're going to do a same plot, new characters. And so I'm going to give you this. Bradley can give me his guess by a text. I'll let you know if you get it right. But here's my same plot, new character for the audience if you can figure out the movie that I'm discussing. This is a movie that I think most of us have seen, and see if you can do it without Googling the hints. So, Brad, are you ready for the same plot, new character?
I am.
All right, so here's the same plot drop. This is the darkest of all Potterverse movies. Harry's uncle unleashes his minions in a quest for the holiest of Horcruxes. Possessed by a muggle who walks by faith and not by sight, we learn how unstoppable he is, showing truth, courage, under fire, and achieving glory. During this journey, fences are jumped, flights are taken, and the world is equalized. The last-minute appearance of Madame Maxine and Albus Dumbledore help us all cry freedom. I'll give you one more time. The darkest of all Potterverse movies, Harry's uncle unleashes his minions in a quest to find the holiest of all Horcruxes. Possessed by a muggle who walks by faith and not by sight, we learn how unstoppable this muggle is as he shows courage under fire while achieving glory. During this journey, fences are jumped, flights are taken, and the world is equalized. The last-minute appearances of Madame Maxine and Albus Dumbledore help us all cry freedom. You have a guess? If not, I'll text you the answer.
I have a guess.
All right.
I will text it to you right now.
Okay.
Let's see.
It is not. Would you like me to stick to the answer?
Yes. Yes, do. Okay. Oh man. All right. I wasn't quite sure, but was I close at least?
No. I just sent you the answer.
Oh.
Does it
Okay.
make sense
It
now?
all freaking makes sense
yes,
now.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Fair
audience,
enough.
take a stab, and I'll let everybody know next week what the answer is. Now, here's my question for you, sir.
Okay.
Are you ready for a little 1v1 with some hypothetical games that I have for you? See who you think will win for these games. A little 1v1. Are you ready, sir?
Yeah.
All right. So, Brad, as we're recording, St. Patrick's Day was just a few days ago. So I started looking at famous actors whose first name is Patrick. And I'm going to give you characters that they played, roles that they played. And I want you to see which of the characters that they have famously played do you feel will win in this contest. And I want you to justify your answer. So if you're ready, sir, let's do it. All right. So first, I'm going to start off with the one, the only R.I.P. to Patrick Swayze. So he famously played Johnny Castle in Dirty Dancing and Vita Boheme in To Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar.
Yeah.
So Johnny Castle versus Vita Boheme.
Okay.
Who wins in a ring toss contest?
Ring toss.
All of these are going to be based on games you play at a carnival. So who wins in a ring toss? Johnny Castle, Never Putting Baby in the Corner, or Miss Vita Boheme in a ring toss contest?
Miss Vita Boheme is going to win this one. She's going to use what God didn't give her to
Okay.
no,
I put a
I
little
think
English,
she
I
probably
put a
gets
little mustard on it. Okay.
She's gonna put a little. She's gonna put a little bit of spin on there, I guess.
Versus Johnny's hips and all the things, and okay.
Right.
All right.
Which is a movie that I have not watched in a long time.
Yeah.
And it might need.
It's a great movie. It's one of my favorite movies. By the way, Dirty Dancing also. So here's a little movie trivia for you. I watched the behind the scenes documentary on Dirty Dancing years ago. And Patrick Swayze actually did not want the role of Johnny Castle. They approached him because of his dancing background. He actually was trying to not be associated with being a dancer, so he really didn't want to do a movie that was about dancing. But they did convince him to doing it. So a couple things. Number one, he and Jennifer Grey during the film did not like each other. So a lot of those scenes where Baby and Johnny are arguing, that was their real dislike of each other. Fun fact number two, the scene where they're practicing dancing on the log, Jennifer Grey had protested that scene because it was really over a gorge. And Patrick Swayze had a pre-existing knee injury that she goes, what if one of us falls filming this? Swayze did actually fall filming that log scene and re-injured his, I believe it was his right knee, but re-injured a pre-existing knee injury, which put the scene of the final dance in jeopardy. So in the final dance scene before the lift, he famously jumps off the stage to go dance with his friends, right? Even though he was jumping into a landing pad, his knee was injured from the log scene, that they weren't capturing the leap just right. The final cut, he tells the director of the film, he goes, my knee is on fire. This is it. Like, this is the last time I'm be able to jump off the stage. And that is the cut that makes Dirty Dancing, is his final attempt, because his knee was injured, him jumping off the stage. That is the actual cut of the jump off when he danced with his friends that made the final product, was Patrick Swayze on a very injured knee jumping off the stage into a landing pad with a very, very injured knee. So that's a little background on that. By the way, if you ever get a chance to watch that, it's a part of a series on Netflix called The Movies That Made Us. And that is just a little bit of interesting. But Jennifer Grey and him became very close friends later in life, just before he passed away. But just a little movie trivia for you. All right, next up, we've got Patrick Dempsey. So we have his role as Robert Elliott in Enchanted versus Dr. McDreamy And in this one, it is the game that I had to Google what it's actually called. It's called the High Strike game, but that is the hammer game where you test your strength. So in the test your strength hammer game that's available at most carnivals, most of you have seen this, who do you think wins that? Robert Phillip from Enchanted or Dr. McDreamy from Grey's Anatomy? Remember your wife and daughter and who they will probably pick.
Okay, I'm gonna say from Robert. What's his name? From
Phillip. You going with?
I'm
Are
going,
you
yeah.
this because you can't give Grey's Anatomy any love?
No, not that actually, because they go into the cartoon world.
Oh.
And with the cartoon world, he's gonna have toon powers.
Right. Well played. Well played.
Thank you,
I like
thank you.
that. I like that.
That's my
And then
cop-out.
last but not least, we have to have Sir Patrick Stewart.
Yes.
And we're having two of his most famous characters. We have Jean-Luc Picard, captain of the USS Enterprise, and versus Professor X in arm wrestling. Before we do this, one last one, because if you've never watched this, that I like watching documentaries about some of my favorite movies. There's a great documentary regarding Galaxy Quest. If you've never seen it, the ship in Galaxy Quest, which is I believe called the Intrepid, there are 3 letters before the call signal for the Intrepid, which is NTE. Brad, do you know why those, and this is important from a legalese standpoint, Protector, not Intrepid, why the Intrepid, why in its official call signs in Galaxy Quest, why they are NTE?
Not.
There was
Not the Enterprise.
There was real concern when they were writing the movies because they weren't sure how it would be received by Roddenberry himself, his estate later on, and just the general legal mammoth that protects Star Trek. Is NTE stands for not the Enterprise. So if they were ever sued for copyright infringement, they could say literally the name of the protector included, not the Enterprise.
Yep, I remember hearing that now.
Yes. Very cool. All right. So back to this one, 1v1. Jean-Luc Picard versus Professor X in an armed wrestling contest, my friend. Who wins and why?
Professor Xavier, because for one, he's a mutant. 2, he has telepathic powers, and he can just tell him to not do it.
And 3, because he uses a wheelchair, even though it's a mechanical one, you got to feel if he's got to ambulate the world using a wheelchair, he's probably pretty buff. Yeah. I think he could take out Jean-Luc. By the way, Jean-Luc Picard was not known for his fighting skill. He just had all the swagger in the world. So in a fight, Kirk versus Picard, who wins a fist fight?
Fist fight?
Yeah.
I'll say Kirk.
If you had to put him in an actual battle using the starship, so Enterprise versus Enterprise, whose judgment in an actual starship battle do you trust? Kirk versus
Well, I would
Picard?
say I'm going to say Picard's for one. He's going to have better technology than the regular,
true.
but also he's more of a strategist. Kirk is more of a reactionist.
Right. So then last question, I guess then, who had the better supporting crew? So you've got Bones, you've got Spock, you've got Scotty, you've got Uhura versus
Riker,
Data,
Geordi,
Deanna Troi, Worf. I mean
Picard, man.
Yeah,
Picard.
Picard. Yeah,
man, the next generation. You know what? We could do a rewatch of Next Generation and throughout.
I think I might start that this week. Yeah.
You know what? Text me about that.
Yeah.
I think we should do a rewatch and talk.
I like that.
About it because it's been so long.
Yep.
And I have so many good memories. Of staying up late watching Star Trek with my dad.
Yeah, same.
And dude,
it was me and my
think,
mom, but exact same.
Yeah.
I can tell you within my family, before it was out on DVD or VHS and before you could stream it, one of the things that you talk about, I remember literally being in college, vivid memory, and it was not super middle of the night, but it was 11 o'clock on like a Friday night, and Farpoint Station, the 2-part first episode of the Next Generation, and I remember calling my mom, who happened to be awake, and I go, it was the CBS affiliate in Georgia, and I go, the first episode of Next Generation's on, and we literally watched the first episode in the midst of two-parter. So we watched the first half of that two-parter together on the phone when long distance was a thing. I hate to see her phone, but I called her collect. Of that one, that's a treasured memory. But yeah, I will text you about this. Every season was fan. I mean, it gave us the Borg, it gave us the deeper look at the Klingons, it gave us the interest of the androids, it gave us so many things when it came to that. So yeah, we will definitely do a rewatch of that. Yeah. So thank you very much for playing on in our 1v1 of the Patricks, my friend.
All right, man. It is time for our honest ad of the week.
Sir. And if you couldn't guess, our honest ad of the week is going to be related to St. Patrick's Day. So I, Bradley, am 12% Irish. So I am a big fan of St. Patrick. I look for any reason to say that, hey, I'm drunk and you got to kiss me. So here we go. So here is my honest ad for St. Patrick's Day. Dress in green, put on a funny hat, search for a pot of gold, and that will be that. Corned beef and cabbage, the Irish soda bread, chase it all with Guinness and keep everyone fed. Fill your glass, fill your belly, but please keep it classy. Who am I kidding? St. Patrick's Day is meant to be trashy. Run amok, start a fight, even kiss a stranger. But watch out for wedding rings and cold sores. Both will put you in danger. Dress the part, act a fool, maybe even go into debt. Make tons of memories that you will want to forget. Your head will begin to pound as the day ends. Now hug the nearest toilet, hold on tight. It's time for St. Patrick's revenge. My honest ad for St. Patrick's Day, my friend.
All right, man. I guess that leaves for the better than us human of the week.
Yes, all right, so I've got a few. So I got a few heavy hearts and I got a great one. So the heavy hearts are going to go to both Chuck Norris and Nicholas Brendan, who both passed away on September, on March 20th, which was 2 days ago by our recording. I put this on Facebook and some other socials. March 20th is a very ironic day. So while Nicholas Brendan, if you don't know who Nicholas Brendan was, he most famously played the character of Xander on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which he actually shared that role with his twin brother, actually.
Oh, really?
And yes, there are some episodes. Nicholas Brendan played Xander majority of the time, but there were a few episodes where he was unavailable and that his twin brother actually, even though his twin brother played it uncredited, there are episodes where his twin brother, they are identical twins, played the role of Xander. And then we all know famously Chuck Norris. I know Chuck Norris, towards the end of his life, had some opinions that were pretty polarizing and had a complicated legacy by the time he passed away. But Chuck Norris, and it's never great when someone passed away. So from a heavy heart, RIP to both Chuck Norris and Nicholas Brendan. From a lighter note, Bentley Magruder and his team that play in the 7-on-7 level up challenge here in the Des Moines area, they won their championship. That's where I was coming from before I recorded. They actually have gone undefeated this season and won their local tournament. So congratulations to you, buddy, when it comes to that. So Bradley, who will be your better than us human of the week?
Chuck Norris, man.
Yep.
Man, I'm a kid of the 80s.
Yes.
I was into martial arts pretty much a lot of my life, and I have a beard. So,
got to give it to Chuck.
So I got to say a couple things about Chuck Norris. One, Chuck Norris just visited the afterlife. Now heaven and hell are negotiating terms of surrender.
Facts.
Chuck Norris's funeral has been canceled for the safety of everyone else.
Yes. They may have to bury him separate from the beard. They may have to bury him and the beard separately. Yes.
Hell just froze over to stay out of Chuck Norris's way.
Boom.
And finally,
yes, sir.
Chuck Norris finally gave permission for death to take him.
It had to be permission.
It had to be done.
With that being said, ironically, on March 20th was Nicholas Brendan's death day, but Chuck Norris is the more famous of the two, right, wrong, or indifferent. And that was the name that led the news cycle that day. He also died early in the day, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But famously, these two people are going to be indelibly linked for all of time. Chuck Norris's death day and Mr. Rogers' birthday are the same day. Mr. Rogers was born on March 20th, and Chuck Norris died on March 20th.
Wow.
Now that, my friends, to steal it from Alanis Morissette, is a little bit ironic.
Yes, it is.
All
right, man. It's time to, I think we hit max levels of awesome. Time to wrap things up. Brian, what are your words of wisdom?
My words of wisdom are always the same because I feel like as we start our week, while this is the best part of Bradley and my week, we hope this is a great part of yours. So as you go out into the world, please remember these words of wisdom from your buddies Brad and Brian. First off, never retreat, no surrender. And you heard me say it earlier, Goonies, never say die.
Love it. All right, and never trust a plan that requires everyone to roll a natural 20. And if Chaos had a fan club, you know what? I'd be on the mailing list.
Boom.
All right, here we go. When the sky lights up,
we show up.
Because this is Bat Signals from the Multiverse. All right, have a wonderful week. We will see you again next weekend and get it all in our shenanigans. Bye-bye.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye, folks.